Right now, Macy's is the go-to store when you think of fresh, high-end clothes. One man has launched his creative and innovative designs into major markets like Macy's, bringing iconic men's suits, formal wear and separates in bold colours and, of course, striking patterns. And he joins us here today, the CEO and designer of Tayion collection, Montee Tayion Holland. Montee, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, you look absolutely wonderful, the tie, the suit, immaculate, but you actually came from a military background into higher education, and now you're in menswear. That's such a resume. How did this all begin?
Well, that's a double loaded question. So I'll give you the short answer. I spent time in the Marine Corps and I had the opportunity to travel abroad. I spent time on Camp Schwab, which is Okinawa. I lived on Mount Fuji, and in Korea, I spent a little time in both Busan and Pohang, Korea. And it was there when I started to bring my passion for fashion to life. I had the opportunity, when we did have some time off, to design things and make things for my personal collection. And I didn't realize that I was actually building what would ultimately become Tayion. I was making jackets and shirts and pants and things that I liked, and put this button with this fabric, do this design, and it actually got rave reviews from friends of mine and fellow Marines. And then when I left the Marine Corps and went to college and graduate school, I got that same type of response. And once I was done with my degrees, I went into teaching, same type of response, because I was wearing those same clothes. And then I left teaching and I went to corporate America, Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, where I helped launch that little blue pill that the world knows about. And I started to learn a little bit more about business, and I decided to see if I can turn my hobby into a business. And it was then when I went to a trade show in Las Vegas called the Magic Show. It's held twice a year, in February and in August, and we did very well. We did very well. It's a 3-day show, and we wrote pretty close to $1 million. And I knew right then and there that it was time for me to step into this thing full time. 2003 was that year.
Oh, well, there we go. One to remember. Now, season after season, you come up with these amazing, bold designs, and now you're preparing to land in 50 men's warehouses and even Macy's this calendar year. That's massive, huge, huge retail wins there. So how did your collection get into Macy's? You've mentioned your trade shows and building it from 2003, but what does the future look like here?
Well, the future looks very bright because we are in those large department stores. But to take you back a bit, we started selling specialty stores, which is the same as, mom and pop stores, some of which have 3 and 4 stores in their portfolios. We built our reputation in the specialty store, and that's where, boots on the ground takes place. That's where customers walk in and they can get high fashion looks. We had a pretty good following as we sold in excess of a couple of thousand specialty stores across America. So people knew about us, but there were places around the country that, didn't know that we were sold all over the place. So we were recruited to do a partnership with Peerless. Peerless is the largest tailored clothing manufacturer in the world, I believe, but certainly in the United States. And they have brands like Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, Michael Kors, you name it, they have it. And it was after I did my partnership with Peerless to license my brand, and I attended a diversity workshop with Macy's, we decided to come together and approach this thing as a team. And that's how it happened. But now we have numbers behind us because the product has landed last spring and it did very well. And now we have a lot of support from both Men's Warehouse and Macy's moving forward.
Well, it's actually spring here in Australia. There's a lot of bright colours coming out here, so I hope I can see your collection come down under sometime soon. Surely that's on your wish list now.
That is surely on my wish list. My wish list is, it's simple. We want to be a household name across the globe, and we think we have the tools and the know-how to do it, and the momentum to push us towards that. We're going to work to, take this thing across the globe. And we think that it'll translate and resonate with customers abroad as well.
Absolutely, I can see that. Spring racing season, your suits would be fantastic here at Melbourne Cup. Thank you so much for sharing today. It's been a fantastic chat.
My pleasure. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.